For more on the Warriors as they continue their 4-game road swing, let's now welcome in our Tim Doyle. He's got the hammer out to give us some picks for tonight. Tim, it doesn't get any easier tonight. Golden State back-to-back. They take on the Bulls in Chi-Town. Head coach Steve Kerr admits, hey, we're going through some stuff right now, but I'm not worried. The Bulls 4-point favorites. Are you in on that, or do you expect a Warriors bounce back?
I did not hear that quote, Jeremy. It's like one of those things where you say you're not worried, but you are worried. You know what I mean? It's like, no offense, but then you always offend somebody right after you said no offense. I'm going to take the Warriors in this spot just because I'm getting all these points. You got to think that they were embarrassed. They were embarrassed. They were down 18-4 to start the game. I'm watching it. I'm like, this doesn't look good. But the Warriors always turn it on. And I called the Grizzlies-Warriors game, and they were down 18 in that game, and they ended up taking a lead in the second half. Well, they turned it on all right. The wrong side. They got absolutely whacked in that game. 85-47. You see Steph Curry's been struggling. You know, we kind of, sort of, expected this, Jeremy. We all knew once Klay Thompson came back that there was going to be, air quotes, an adjustment period where guys are starting to figure out, all right, is it my turn to go? Is it your turn to go during this adjustment period? And the Warriors are in it right now, but the Bulls, they got embarrassed as well. Last out, they got shellacked by the Nets. So I just think there's value here with Golden State. If you want to bet the Bulls, and you've been betting the Bulls all season like I have, you're making money. But it's rare to have the Warriors motivated. And I think getting embarrassed last night in Milwaukee is going to have them motivated tonight for the Bulls. And a lot of people don't know this. Milwaukee and Chicago, about an hour and 25 minutes away. A lot of people don't. I made the drive many times up to Milwaukee for Summerfest. Amazing beers.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Yeah, expect a Warriors bounce back tonight, says Tim. He's taking the 4. Tim, I'm not sure if Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are big 90s pop music fans, but right now they're NSYNC. The duo combining for 67 points in a home-and-home sweep of the Pacers this week. They're in Philly tonight to face Joel Embiid and the Sixers. The hosts, the favorites, but the total is one of the lowest of the 9 games tonight. So what's the play for you here?
Yeah, I'm going to say bye to the 76ers in this spot. Nice. And I like Boston because the last 3 games, these guys have finally found that rhythm together. Brown and Tatum, last 3 games, all Celtic wins. 41 points combined, 50 points combined, Tatum and Brown, and then last out, 67 points. Like, we've been waiting for this. This is like Hall & Oates. Like, we've been waiting for this to happen, the reunion to happen between Tatum and Brown. And, you know, maybe it's just a maturity thing because we forget that these guys are in their mid-20s, that once they start figuring out on the offensive end, this team can be one of the top 3 most dynamic offenses in the entire NBA because these guys are elite, big-time, all-star scorers. But I think everyone's figuring out their roles. The flip side, Philadelphia, I just don't know what to do with them, Jeremy. That's like one of those squads that they're so much better than the bad teams. But then when they play a big-time team, they do have like sparks of, they go to Brooklyn and beat the Nets. And then they get whacked by some other teams like the Jazz at home. Like last out, they lost to Charlotte at home. Like they're so hard to predict. I've called 76er games and I've watched Joel Embiid go in and out of playing hard just throughout the quarters. Like first quarter play hard, second quarter not so much, bounce back in the third, not show up in the third, back in the, like they're so hard to predict. So I'll take a flyer and I'll trust this tandem coming together right now for Boston.
Tatum and Brown showing us the method of modern love. All right, the Memphis Grizzlies are turning everyone's head these days with their play. Last night, they pushed their winning streak to 11 games. Tonight, they try to make it an even dozen against Luka Doncic and the Mavs. Dallas had an impressive run going themselves, Tim, before that was snapped on Wednesday. It's the Grizzlies favored by 4 here.
You know, I picked the T-Wolves last night. And I want to tell you right now, the people of Memphis, Grizzlies, Ja Morant, who I'm thinking about naming my 3rd son after, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I made a mistake. Okay, my friend had a flat tire. I wasn't thinking clearly. I hadn't had a good night's sleep. I don't know why I picked against you last night. Last night, the Grizzlies were only 4 over the T-Wolves, and I felt like it was the creepy hands. Like, bet the Grizzlies, bet the Grizzlies. You know they're going to lose. Well, they were down 8 at halftime to Minnesota, and I was like, like I felt so smart. Like, because I was cheating on them. You know, I was cheating on a team that I believed in, that I have Southwest tickets to win at 4-1. And now, you know, this is a very important game in the division because the Mavericks were actually minus 100. They were the favorite to win the division, and the Grizzlies were plus 400. Yes, I am the one person in the world that is betting Southwest Division odds because I believe that much in Memphis. But Jeremy, I cheated on them last night. And a picture of me in the background on Facebook popped up, and now everybody knows I've cheated on them. So I'm going to come back to the well. I'm going to get down on bended knee like boys to men, and I'm going to pray that please you accept me back into the Memphis household. This team has integrity. This team has decency. This team shares, and sharing is caring. When your best player, Ja Morant, is willing to give up the ball, it forces Jeremy, everybody else, to do the same. Like his unselfishness rubs off on this team. You go through this roster, you ask the average NBA fan, name 5 Memphis Grizzlies, good luck. They can't do it. But Ja is a superstar and he makes everybody else better. But all I can say is it too late now to say sorry?
Ja Morant has been fantastic for them, and Luka and him on the court together for the first time tonight this season. That is going to be a good watch. We talked about Tatum and Jalen. Any of those guys factoring into your best NBA player prop for tonight, or are you going with someone else, Tim?
Yeah, I'm not going to go with those guys. They've been on a roll, and I love the fact that they're playing well together. I'm going to go with DeAndre Ayton, and here's why. I think you get motivated when you have a big spot, and you're going to say, Tim, he's going up against the Pacers. It's like, yeah, but the Pacers have Sabonis, who's an all-star, and Turner, who's one of the best bigs in the league, especially blocking shots. Now, in his 2 previous games back from injury, he did not have double-doubles. He had 16 points, 9 rebounds. He had 12 points, 9 rebounds. So he just came up short. But this is a game that I feel like he's motivated because these bigs on Indiana, Pacers should be better. They just lose a ton of close games. Ayton has been pushed to the brink by Chris Paul. Secretly, he hates Chris Paul, but secretly he loves Chris Paul. Like, we all have people in our lives that push us to get better. Chris Paul pushes DeAndre Ayton, and you know the savvy veteran Chris Paul is going to get in Ayton's ear tonight. Like, you know Sabonis is an all-star, right? You know Turner leads the league in blocks. Like, this is a game you need to step up, and I think Ayton rises to the occasion. Phoenix is playing great basketball. Give me over on his player props.
DeAndre Ayton, the guy to watch tonight. All right, you're with the Canadians, so naturally I want sticks and pucks. We'll talk a little sticks and pucks with you. The Winnipeg Jets don't play tonight, so I feel comfortable about this, coming off a big shutout last night. What's your best play on the ice tonight? I mean, there's only 4 games tonight, so not a lot to choose from. What's your best play tonight?
Yeah, in limited action where you could find any value. Colorado's like, if you bet them, you have to risk your pinky to win just like $1. Like, it's like the craziest bet of all time. So we can't bet that game unless you want to throw it in parlay. They're going to win. I like the Stars here, and here's why. They have amazing value. You're almost getting plus 200. That's what makes parlays like really juicy. And the last time they matched up against Florida, they won 6-5. Dallas has won 3 of 4, and Joe Pavelski has been dominating. He's had a point, Jeremy, in every game this month of January. I know they've only played 4 so far, but he had all 5 points against Seattle. When your leader is playing your best, that's when your team is at your best. So Florida's been awesome at home. Bobrovsky's been an absolute beast in net. They're 19-3 at home, the Panthers. So that's why you got to lay minus 190, and they should be favorite in this game. But I think they should be more like minus 135, minus 125. I think you're paying an absolute premium to bet Florida at home. So I think Dallas has value. I'm not saying it's a lead pipe lock. I'm not saying it's a hammer, but there's value there. The one thing, it's Florida. My mom calls me. She's like, "Are you going down to Florida?" It's not Florida, Mom. It's not Florida. It's Florida. And another one I want to ask you.
Okay.
The country with Paris. What country is that has the city Paris in it?
Well, I mean, in layman's terms, it's France. But if you're talking to a Parisian, it would be France.
See, but why do we do that in America? It's the Tour de France. But it's like, yeah, I went over to France. Like, come on, we have to keep it consistent, Jeremy. I went to France. If you say it like that, you're like, dude, are you so bougie? But when we're talking about the damn bike race, it's France.
The Tour de France, not the Tour de France. Language lessons and wagering with our CBS Sports wagering analyst, Tim Doyle. Great to see you, Timmy. Giving us NBA picks and a play on the ice for yours truly. Thanks, Timmy. He likes the Warriors at +4 tonight. Take the Celtics at +3.5. He likes the Grizzlies. He cheated on them last night. Cheated on the Grizzlies last night, but he's on bended knee, groveling towards them tonight as they take on the Mavericks. He likes his player prop, DeAndre Ayton, over points and rebounds, and he likes the Dallas Stars, who are 4-10 on the road, 4-10-1 on the road this season, at the 19-3 at home. Florida Panthers, he figures that's the value tonight on the ice.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.